Roy Cooder is from LA. He is a multi-instrumentalist, singer and songwriter, and is best known for his slide guitar work. The first album he was involved in, apparently, was Captain Beefheart's Safe as Milk, which was in 1967, and he's been very busy since then. He's released his own albums, he's done sessions for other people, he's done lots of collaborations, and he's done some film scores. So he has released 17 solo studio albums. He's been involved in 17 soundtrack albums, most of which he wrote all the music for. He's done loads of collaborations, as I say, and many sessions. I'm going to name just 5 people that he's worked on sessions for: Randy Newman, Eric Clapton, James Taylor, Marianne Faithfull, and Gordon Lightfoot. But the list is impressive. He has recorded and played in many musical styles, stretching through blues and folk to Latino and world music. Hi, my name's Dan. So this was Roy Cooder's 12th studio album, and I'm pretty sure it's my first time listening to it. So I've been aware of Roy Cooder for a while. I mean, it's the sort of name that you hear around, but I first actually heard some of his music probably through the films that he did soundtracks for, and I was particularly impressed with Crossroads, which was a great little film from quite a while ago now. I've got a smattering of his albums and soundtracks, 4 or 5 around that, and I once watched a televised concert of his, and was mesmerised by him playing the guitar because he just put so much feel physically into how he's playing. It feels like it completely takes him over as he's playing. Anyway, let's go on to this album. So this is a concept album, stories set in a place called Chavez Ravine, which was in LA. So it was a Mexican-American poor housing district, which was demolished in the 1950s, and the intention at that time was to make way for community housing. But then it became subject to political battles, and eventually the space was bought, and the Brooklyn Dodgers Stadium was built there. Now, how it is that a baseball team called the Brooklyn Dodgers, when Brooklyn is in New York, are building a stadium in LA, I have no clue, but that's American sport, which just doesn't make sense to me in this sense. Right, if anybody wants to explain that, please do so in the comments box. Let's get back to the album. So the music's a variety of Latin-American styles. There's elements of jazz, all sorts of Latin stuff, R&B. There's lots of different musicians involved in here, and there's a variety of singers, including Roy Cooder. My favourite of the singers is, I'm going to pronounce this wrong, Julia, I can manage, Comageri, possibly, is a surname, on LUFOKO. And again, I might well have pronounced that wrong as well. Just over half the songs are in Spanish and the others are in English. There are a mix of songs that have been written by other people and written by Roy Cooder, and some of them written by some other people involved. So I take it that some of them are songs that have been around for a while and have been included. And they're basically stories about people, both real and fictitious, centered around Chavez Ravine. And most of the stories feature larger-than-life characters. There's a politician who's particularly interesting in one of the tracks. And there's quite a lot of direct references to Chavez Ravine in the lyrics that I picked out. So the overarching theme here is that, as well as the individual songs and their stories, is about the life in Chavez Ravine, the demolition and the building of the stadium. And the overall tone is kind of somewhat nostalgic, but it's quite interesting. So I've done a lot of information about this. It's time I actually got round to having an opinion. And my opinion is I enjoy it quite a bit. I do like Roy Cooder. I particularly like his blues work, and his slide guitars, most excellent. But outside there's Latino, it's not stuff that I'm going to turn my nose up at. And it's rich, it's musically well done, it's pretty varied in terms of style, and there's quite a good sense of humour running through the whole thing. So it's a nice album. So I would say I think there's a good balance between trying to make a historical point and entertainment at the same time. So it's well done. I liked it. So what did you think? Please talk to me through the comments box. And that's it from me for now.
En los secuencias